Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you, getting into the weekly check-in and checking in with all the numbers. If you were here for week 1 of the weekly check-in, you know what all this is about. I break down each week what I'm going to spend in my 6 categories. I have grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gasoline, copay, and unbudgeted. This is my spending area. This is where I have to track the closest because it's variable and I don't know what I'm going to spend week to week. It just depends on what we have and what we need for that week. And I fund these enough at the beginning of every month so that I am fully funded for all the weeks, but I break it down week by week so I don't overspend too much in categories. And if I have to, I can keep adjusting as I go and it still get covered by the end of the month. And if it's too much, then I have to decide, do I want to take it out of savings, or if I have a buffer in the checking account, I can use that for spending money if necessary. I try not to, but that is my plan. That is what we do. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. I've had several new people come on, have conversations with me, and explain to me that they really enjoy seeing how things are tracked, and it's really helping them in different areas for like bills and spending and all the things. So my weekly check-in is the nitty-gritty of all the money in and out. This is like the money moves that happen. And then my paycheck videos are just planning out when things that are already auto set up. They just kind of come out when they happen. I only have one bill that's not auto pay, and that's the water bill. And I haven't found a cheap way to do that yet. So if I can find a cheap way other than mailing it in, then I will do it. I try to do everything that's free as far as transferring money and not have to pay anything extra unless I am giving to an organization. And then I prefer the organization that I'm giving to maximize our dollars. And then I will cover the processing fee for those. But if it's a bill, no, the less I can give, the better. So I rather give to a food bank more than give to electric company or something like that. So that is just my thoughts on that. But we are doing the weekly check-in. I'm so thrilled of all the conversations I've had, and I will leave actually a card or a screenshot of just the names of everybody that I have been talking to this past few weeks, and I love each and every one of you and all the conversations that we've had, and it's just been amazing. So I appreciate this community so much. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers. I am fully 4,000 watch hours. I have over 700 subscribers. I would love to get closer, and I can do that with your guys' help. If you can share, like, subscribe, all those things. And I will be putting up more shorts of these little videos as well, explaining my budget. So that's going to be new. I'm going to put more shorts up on those. And yeah, I'm just excited for possibly having a YouTube income. That is my goal this year. I would love to have a YouTube income. I've been doing this for several years now, 4 years probably, 3 or 4 years, and I'm just really excited to get into this. So moving on, all the spending you will see here coming up on this page, which is my spending categories. As you can see, not a lot's happened. I've been kind of hunkered down at home a lot. I mean, the past couple days today's Wednesday the 10th, but I haven't really been spending a lot. Usually I have something a little bit every day, but right now I don't. Here's a little airplane to remind me I'm flying this day. So this is going to be a no spend day. Anything that I spend on this day, actually no, I may just leave it blank. I have a no spend today and here. Yeah, I'll probably mark that spending because I'm going to close out here and then we're going to start here, and then the next weekly check-in. I drive back on this day. It's just me traveling. My sons and my husband are staying home, but on this day I'm traveling back. I'm going to try to get a video up Friday. I'm going to film and edit and get one up on Friday from the travel and show you how I managed what my family was spending when I was gone and then what I was spending while I was gone. And I'm going to have that all separated and tracked a little bit different. So look forward to that. So hopefully I can do it if I'm not too exhausted. If not, it might be a few days after. I don't know. And I'm going to go ahead and have here the paycheck video go up on paycheck 2. So I'm going to close out paycheck 1 and set up paycheck 2 here, and we're going to go forward from there. So that's what I'm going to do, and we're going to go ahead and get into this. Again, I didn't have a lot of spending, so I'm going to mark my no spend bills. I have these stickers. I like to use stickers. I have not been buying stickers. I either cut my own or use what I already had from previous kits that I already had leftovers. Here we go. And so I'm just going to mark my no spend stickers here. I love these from Sara Marie Stickers. I may just keep buying these because I don't want to have to make these, but she did a really good job on these, and I love how they look. So I have these, and they'll last me quite a while because I only do maybe what 6 or 7 no spends a month, sometimes more, sometimes less, but the way I budget, I like to spend whenever I want. I don't want to be restricted, and it actually keeps me from overspending, having that feeling of freedom, but just going, nah, I don't feel like it today. You know, when you feel so restricted and you're not allowed to, and they're telling you no every day, then it's like, I want to spend, I want to spend, I want to spend. It's like telling a kid, you know, don't do that, and then they do it. As an adult, we kind of do that as well. So that's why I give myself large amounts that I can maximize as possible for spending categories. And then if I don't spend them all, guess what? It just goes back in the buffer, the checking account. I can move it to savings, put it towards a savings goal or something for the future, and it works well. Or I can just move it over to the next month. That's what I typically do. So now I have over here my little notepad, and I went ahead and wrote down all my transactions. And what we have going on is me buying groceries to stock up to last on like pantry items, drinks and snacks and things that my family can do on their own. My sons don't cook yet. They haven't quite learned. I have 2 adult sons with autism, but they do fix their breakfasts and lunches themselves, and then they can make sandwiches like nobody's business. They're good at that, but using the oven, they're just kind of afraid, and I'm afraid to teach them. And with my mother moving up to this area, I'm hoping she wouldn't mind helping me and helping them with that, and kind of get over our fear and anxiety on cooking, so they can cook on their own. I would absolutely love that. I need to get them more independent as possible as older men. And maybe they can take care of me and cook for me more instead of the other way around. But so I bought a lot of groceries, and they happen to be all over here. So we're going to go over here. I spent $202.61. Again, not all of this would I have bought if it was a regular week, but it's not a regular week. I'm flying out of town. So my pantry's full. I'm stocking up on stuff. I went to Walmart because there's certain things I didn't have available at my Meijer grocery store. So I went to Walmart for. I might go to the grocery store one more time later today, but I'll put it on the next weekly check, and I'll probably put it on here to pick up things that weren't available in either Walmart or Meijer. Usually they both are, but for some reason a couple items were not. That was $79.90. I don't have exactly what was bought, but again, I'm just stocking up on those pantry staples and easy makeable fruits and things like that they can use while I'm gone, so they can take care of themselves without having to cook. Now I do have 2 Walmart purchases. I got all the way to the car and forgot 3 or 4 items that I meant to get. It wasn't on my list, but in my head I was like, I have to go get these, but it wasn't on my list. So I completely walked out of the store. So I went back in, got the items, a couple gallons of milk, some orange juice, and some snacks, some other not snacks, it was some other stuff that they were looking for. So sandwich, lunch, things like that. So we took care of that, and that was the groceries. So we're going to total this up really quick here. 202.61 plus 90. There we go. And then 17.74. There we go. So we have $300.25. So we're definitely in the budget for what I planned for the week. that we had enough to cover, and we have some left over. Whatever's left over in the budget moves to the next week. So I keep all my spending and I just keep moving it forward. So if you're using a cash envelope, then let's say you would have $150 left over in a cash envelope. If you spend this $300, you would leave that $150 and then add what you planned for the next week, and that gives you even more of a wiggle room. So if there's family coming over, or if there's a birthday that comes up, or a special meal you want to make and you need more ingredients and things like that, then you have a cushion there to actually spend on for those kind of things. So that's why I like to keep it that way. I like flexibility. I really, really do. It works for me. So now let's go ahead and take the next section. Okay, so we have 2 restaurants. One here, $57.41. We ordered dinner. We got Papa John's pizza, same as usual, every Friday night, pizza night. And then $10.25. My husband did buy lunch. He had to go in the office on Monday and work on stuff at his office. He doesn't typically work in an office. He is an inspector, so he's out in the field a lot. He works for the state of Kentucky. That is his job, and he goes place to place. He's actually working today, so you might actually hear him a little bit talking in the background because he's on the phone right now. So his voice carries just a little bit, but you may not. I'm not sure. So while he was working in the office getting paperwork done, there's they call it Hall's Vending is the name, but it's basically like a deli sandwich shop place inside the office building my husband works in, and that is where he got his lunch that day. It's just right there. He didn't have to go anywhere because there's actually not very many restaurants near where he works. He only gets like 30-minute lunch, I think it is, and so when he takes it takes 15 minutes to get anywhere and back, so he wouldn't have time to eat it. So there you go. So $57.41 and $10.25. There we go. So we spent on eating out, which I thought was really, really good, $67.66. There we go. All right. Now we have miscellaneous. Since I am traveling, since I am going and visiting, it's still been cold. Like, I'm still wearing long sleeve shirts. I'm still cold. But I do plan to go to Raleigh, North Carolina, which is 2 hours from the coast, 2.5 hours from the Atlantic area. And so, yeah, it's a little warmer where my parents are. And I'm going to Virginia, near Virginia Beach, but it's a Chesapeake area where my friend is, and that's where we just moved from. And it's warm. The temperature in Raleigh, North Carolina, and in Chesapeake, Virginia is about the same because they're both close to the coast. In fact, Chesapeake's only like 25 minutes to the coast just to get there in regular traffic. So yeah, I wanted short sleeves. I bought a pair of shorts and all this stuff. So first thing I did was order some t-shirts. And I love the Simply Southern Collection t-shirts. I get them on Amazon, but they have retail outlets as well and a lot of malls and stuff. So I just like their shirts. It just suits my style, and I'm a t-shirt jean girl, so that's what I get. So I got 2 shirts on Amazon. Yep. And then that was $58.20. One was actually a long sleeve, one was a short sleeve. So depending on your sizing and depending on if short sleeve, long sleeve, the price was a little bit different. And then, what did I get here? Okay, so $73.63 here. Was an Amazon order. So we have been collecting Amazon boxes. It's sad. We bought something to break down our Amazon boxes, but I wanted something safe that my sons could use, and I'm going to pull it up on my Amazon thing so I can show you a picture of it. So they can help us break down the boxes. Our garage is taken over with them, and they need recycling. And there we go. So I got 2 of these. It's a ceramic tip. When you push this down, it stays out, but when you let go of this button here, it goes back in. And I'm just afraid they're going to cut themselves. They're awkward in using tools, sometimes my sons, and you really have to work with them. My youngest is usually pretty good. He's actually been through Cub Scouts and Trail Life, and he knows how to use tools really well. But my oldest, not so much. And he has muscle tone issues, low muscle tone. So he was born that way. It's not because he's not doing anything. He just has difficulty building it up. So he has low muscle tone. But this is huge. It's like that big. But it's a great utility safety knife, and it's a ceramic tip. So it's retractable box cutter. And they were $18.99 each for 2 of these green ones. And this one, the orange one, was a little bit more. This was non-locking. This one's locking. I liked the non-locking because they can hold it out, and then when they let go, it already goes back in. I don't have to think about it. So I think that's why it was a little cheaper. So I got 2 of these, and they were using them, and they can use them easily. And I feel better about them helping us cut down these boxes. So to take to recycle. And then I bought some other stuff, some batteries. One of these blades for the stove, the glass top stove here to clean and stuff. The one I had broke and things like that. So that's what was in this Amazon order here. I just called it razors, $73.63, and that's why it was so high, because the box cutters were like $18.88 a piece or whatever it was. Because I bought 2 of them. And then I went to Walmart and I got a pair of jeans and a pair of shorts for $34.96 for my trip. I needed to update a pair of jeans. I'm going to go back and get another pair like next month or something like that. Again, I'm a jeans t-shirt girl, whether it's shorts or whether it's pants. I wear denim all the time. So it's just who I am. Been that way all my life. It's been the most comfortable for me. Okay, so $58.20 plus $73.63 plus $34.96. All right, $166.79. We had no gas. We didn't go to the gas station to get gas. We had no medical copays, and nothing unbudgeted. So short, sweet, and simple. Now, everything you see here in the spending that I spent, that I've checked off so far, is on the credit card. Even though the cash is in the checking account, and I could just use the debit card and it'd be fine. Because a lot of it's online, I prefer, if I'm going to have fraud issues, I prefer it to be on a credit card, not my actual cash. That is just my train of thought. When you have to go back and challenge a fraud issue, you're not actually challenging your actual cash. You're challenging the credit that they used. And I find the process easier with the credit card than I do with the debit card. And it's just how the money's processed through banks and stuff that makes the difference. And so it just makes me feel better to have it on the credit card. Now, I'm a credit card person who pays off the credit card every week. I went back through my statements, and on my online statements only go back to April 2021. And for April, I do know in 2021, 2022, and now in 2023, and this point in 2024, based on those statements, I've had 0 interest payments on my credit card. 0. I've not gotten any interest payments because I pay the credit card off weekly, and I don't carry a balance, and it just stays paid off. I'm pretty sure 2020 I also did that because that's when I started doing it. So I'm pretty much 4 years into having my credit card be paid off and no interest payments. Now, they give me rewards points. It's not the best rewards, but it's something, and I don't want to change because this is like my oldest debt, and I want to keep my credit score good in case I have to get some kind of loan in the future, which I probably will over between next 5 years, 3 to 5 years, because I have a 10-year-old vehicle, and then I have a 12-year-old, no, 14-year-old vehicle. So I have 2 vehicles that are over 10 years old, and we want to make sure we have good, safe vehicles. So we will probably have to get a car loan. I'm terrified to do this because my last car loan was $570, and I'm hearing, and that was over 10 years ago. So I'm going, now what is the average? And it's like, it's insane. It's like $700-800 for a vehicle loan. I'm like, that could be a mortgage payment in some small towns. I mean, are you kidding me? That is crazy. So I want to make sure I can get the best interest rate possible and a plan to accelerate that. I do plan to start saving. I want to start saving $5,000, and then I want to get into building that $5,000 over and over again until I get up to $20,000. But I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that because of where we're at income-wise. And if I can earn some extra money, then I would put all of it towards buying a car in the future. And we also want to remodel our basement. We have a new home, well, not new to us home. We've been here since August of 2022, and this home, we've had the siding done. You'll see that in my paycheck videos. And we paid cash for it, and we've paid for cash for everything that we've done for our home. The appliances we bought, the carpet we bought, everything from the sale of our previous home to what we have now. And we have fully funded emergency fund. So I'm excited of the possibility in the future because we have no debt but the mortgage on the house, and I've been accelerating that. Some of you have come over from the Mortgage Monday videos. Those Mortgage Monday videos are so precious to me, just to see how the mortgage changes every time we make a payment, and an extra principal only payment. It's just amazing. So enough about all that. This is all the credit card spending as far as the 6 categories. Now I need to go look at my bills. My bills calendar is the first calendar in this planner. This is a Erin Condren monthly planner. So you get a calendar, and then you get this page here. I don't know what they call it, productivity page or whatever, dashboard page, that's what they call it, and then 12 blank sheets. So and I lay a bunch of stickers to lay everything out. So now I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to look at everything that was for this week that went to the credit card. All right, so this one went to the credit card. This one here is Canva. I actually have a sinking fund for that, and I transferred $119.40 from my savings account to the credit card. So that's already been paid. I don't need to put this on my bills because it is a bill, but it was a bill that was pre-funded in a different account. All of this is paid from one operating checking account. So this is what I'm tracking right now is my checking account. Anything that went on the credit card that needs to be paid by the checking account, this is where the information is. So because that's in sinking fund, SF right here, I know I paid it from the sinking funds account. And you'll see that when I close that out later this month. All right, and then YouTube Premium just takes out the commercials. That has already been checked off because it already got charged to the credit card. HP Ink, that's for my printables and stuff, $7.41. That came out yesterday, I think. This is also another sinking fund, 8602 landfill, which is our trash. That gets paid quarterly, and I just save it up until it needs to be paid. And when I get the bill, I usually get a bill a month in advance, and it varies depending on the fuel that they calculate for those 3 months, that I can adjust the sinking fund based on the bill. So that works out. And then that is it. Why do I have this down? This would have been a big mistake. This comes out of my checking account. That doesn't go on the credit card. So I don't have 3 bills. I just have 2. I'm glad I caught that. That would have really thrown my numbers. There we go. Pretty sure that comes out of my checking account. Let me double check here. So yes, that comes out of the checking account. I don't have to I don't have to pay the credit card back because it didn't go there. So these are the only two things I need to total up to complete the transaction of how much was spent on the credit card. So that was $24.92 plus $7.41. Okay, so I have $32.33. All right, so payback credit card. That is what we're looking for. All right, we're going to look for that after I finish the weekly check-in. So now I didn't mean to go to the bills already. Sometimes I just get ahead of myself. We're going to go back here and start running the totals of the weekly check-in, and then we're going to look at the total credit card now that I have all my totals here. All right. So we spent in total $325 for grocery household, $67.66 for restaurants, $166.79 for miscellaneous, 0 for gas, 0 for copay, and praise the Lord, 0 for unbudgeted. So nothing really popped up this time around. All right, let's get the calculator in here. Watch out for the glare. There we go. That's the biggest struggle as a YouTuber, is the glare of lights. And we're going to get these numbers. So $470.31 minus the $325 equals $170.06. All right, and then let's see, I'm trying to decide, should I just go get these? I'm just going to get all these totals and then we'll work on this second. 52.30 minus the 67.66, and that is 84.64. And then I have 158.63 minus the 166.79. I am over budget by $8.16 here. Basically what happens is I will be borrowing from week 3 to cover week 2. 8.16, there we go. And so this will be less than what I planned. 21, oh, I don't need a calculator for this. And the rest of these stay the same. So I have $21.05 here, I have $40 here, and I have $0 here. Now I have not gone ahead and paid for these. I will put check marks beside this in my notes part for once I have paid the credit card. I'm going to do that later. So I just hadn't had time yet to do that. Okay, now we're going to the budget. So over here in the budget section, I'm going to move this piece of paper here. I broke down every week what I'm going to plan for the week. I know how much cash I planned. All this cash is sitting in the checking account, ready to pay the credit card anytime I do spending. And this is why tracking is so valuable. If you can track it, you'll know you have the cash for it. If you don't track it and you just keep swiping, guess what? You're going to get in trouble. Then you're going to have a balance. Then you're going to have an interest charge. And I rather collect money from the bank than give the money to the bank. They make billions of dollars. They're not hurting. I don't want to see anybody else having to pay interest on credit. It tears me up inside to see that. And it tore me up for years going through it. I used to pay a minimum, maybe $450 a month on this credit card. And like over half of it went to interest. Over $200 and some went to interest, and a couple $100 went to the principal. And it every year I only had $1,000 or $2,000 paying it down, and then something would happen and I would have to use the credit card to pay it off. I was in that cycle for years until 2019, and that's when I got into Financial Peace University. That's when I started teaching myself budgeting properly. And I have associate's degree in accounting, and I still didn't figure this out in personal finance budgeting. It did not click until I just couldn't take the weight of the debt anymore. So I don't want you guys in debt. I want you to be responsible with credit cards. If you want to be a credit card person, you have to pay the balance off. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and you have to base it on the cash that comes into your checking account every month. There's just no way around it. I'm going to go ahead and go look here at week 3. I know I have $320 planned for the week, and then 170.06 was left over. That gives me $490.06 for grocery household to spend for the week. Now I'm going to be gone this week, week 3. That's okay. My husband might have to go to the grocery store. I want to make sure he has the money he needs, and I can take care of the tracking while he spends. It's not a problem. And that's plenty of money for the week for adults, whether I have to spend or he has to spend while I'm gone. All right, restaurants. We had $84.64, and I'm going to add $100 because that's what I planned for the week, and that is $184.64. Miscellaneous was negative. So miscellaneous, I was going to give myself $80, which I am, and then I'm going to subtract the $8.16, which means I only have $71.84 available in miscellaneous, which should be fine because we still have in the buffer of our checking account, or the money that's left over that's not planned in our checking account, we still have the tax return for the Virginia and Kentucky state tax returns. So they're sitting there. I'm planning to use that for my travel, and then whatever's left over at the end of the month, I'm going to put back into savings and put it towards either home fund or vacation. I haven't decided yet. We'll work on that at the end of the month. But for right now, this is kind of like a mini vacation for me, and I'm quite excited about it. So there we go. Let's see, we have gas, $21.05 plus the $40 that I planned, and that gives me $61.05. Okay, copays. I have $40 and I'm adding $20. And that's $60. Now mid-month is usually when our medications start coming in that we need to pay. So that'll start happening. And I always budget a zero for unbudgeted because it's not planned. And it's actually only there to remind me, okay, we got to look and find where that money's coming from. It's not coming out of the spending categories or budgeting, but it's actually coming out of the buffer, the checking account, or a savings account. And I have to make a decision. So that's why I track that there. And that concludes the weekly check-in. I am close out week 2. I set up week 3, and we are good to go. So let's look at the credit card. What do I owe the credit card after all this spending and everything? So put this here. We have $325. I'm sorry, $300.25, and then I did that right. $67.66, $166.79, and then $32.33. All right, so that's $567.03. All right, I have another system that I use to track my credit card, and it's because I want to track and make sure I have any extra payments from sinking funds and stuff like that. So let's see if this number matches what I had written down. Now I color code it exactly the same as my stickers. So for sinking funds is usually gray. And bingo, $567.03. That is the same. I'll zoom in on this one. Hopefully you can see this well. I did have a sinking fund with the trash company, and then I immediately went to my app and transferred payment of the exact same number from my savings account to the credit card. Now, when I'm talking about my accounts, they're in one bank. So it's very easy for me to transfer back and forth. I don't use a bunch of banks. I don't use, I have everything in one nice, neat place. The only thing that's not in there is my mortgage. And that is because how we got our loan. If we decide to refinance down the road, then then we will probably refinance with the bank we currently have. But I've mentioned before, our bank is not near where we live. So everything's done online. Okay, so this is the weekly check-in. This is what I have to pay back to credit card to make sure everything's paid, the spending as well as the bills that went on there, to bring it back to zero. Always bring it back to zero. I have my new numbers for the new week. And as far as check-in and when I'm going to do that, I really hope I can stick to the plan. Let's see, I fly out here. Hopefully I can still do a weekly check-in here. I have a paycheck video going up on the 15th. And yeah, we should be fine. I should be fine with the videos. They are moving a little bit different. I used to do weekly check-in, and then when it was paycheck time, I would do it the Saturday. But now I'm going to do it on the paycheck days. So the paycheck schedule has changed. So that's going to change a little bit. But I should be able to make it work. So that is going to happen, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and you guys it would help me so much if you it would help me so much if you would subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
Right now I'm standing in a corner. I see you from across the room. It's kinda crowded here, but I know you see me too. Everybody's singing, oh, everybody's singing, oh.